She's like, she's got food out here and she eats my food in the house all the time. What do you think, Abby? You gonna eat some of her food?
No, she don't need to eat no.
You scared to go get in the bowl. Elsie! What are you doing, Elsie?
Come on, Abby. Abby, truck.
Come on, dog, let's go.
Oh, trash day.
Come on, gotta go. Come on. Welcome back. Saturday morning here again, and to tell you the truth, I ain't exactly sure what all we're gonna do today. Got up a little earlier this morning, ran to the feed store, got back. It's a little cool out here this morning. It's not terrible, but the wind blows, it makes it kind of cool. So now we're gonna run to the dump, get that part taken care of this morning. Then we'll come back, probably go to the grocery store and get a little bit of odds and ends done this morning first thing. Do have a friend of mine coming sometime later today. He's gonna pick up the old Rhode Island Red rooster that we had so long, and we advertised them a while back. We're gonna try to get rid of the roosters that we got. We've already separated them off the hens, but we really don't need any roosters right now because I don't want to raise any biddies for the time being. Got another friend of mine gonna come help me put up a light there on Kim's shed. Needs a little light on the front porch because it's so dark in there at nighttime. It's light on the inside, but it's dark outside when you walk up on the front porch. So we went to Lowe's the other day and got us a light to put out there, and I'm scared of electricity. He ain't. He pretty much knows what he's doing, and we're gonna see if we can get that light put up sometime today. But we're gonna ride to the dump real quick, take care of that part, and get on back to the house, and I don't know, just kind of see what pops up, I reckon. All right, they'll be happy for a few minutes. Been a few days since they gave me any hay. They've worked on my millet field pretty good right lately, so I'm gonna cut them off that for a day or two. Let it come back. Just start throwing them a little extra hay and a little extra feed, I guess. You like that hay, Elmo? You got your mouth slammed full, son. But you working on it. All right, let's ride down and get them other calves in the back, son, too. Yeah, come on.
Does it feel hot?
Yeah, so just throw it over when you throw it. Yeah. All right. As far as you can. you go. Oh. Now they'll have that eat it before dark, I hope. But I need to hire you to come out here and start doing this every weekend. What do you think?
You want me over?
You can if you want to. We'll take two of these things up. And we'll slide that into place. That's it. All right. Got a little happy cat? You want to go rub one of them?
I want to touch friends.
We'll go in the gate. You care? This is Bella right here. Where you going, Bella? She's playing dancing right here. Ladies do here with us all the time. Coach is with us. I know. I understood. So, but you got Maggie, you got Dixie, you got Bella, and we didn't name them two right here. Yeah, he's over in the other building. He's going Yeah, he knew it from this morning. He's got plenty of food and water. He'll be all right.
Was you fine?
It wasn't too bad. I got tired of riding up there bouncing up down on the ground days. That was bumpy ground back there.
No, there's this thing I want to do.
What you want to do?
I want to get pulled on a sled by a tractor.
Well, that might not be too bad. Tell them what happened to you when you got pulled behind the tractor.
I wasn't pulled by the tractor, I was pulled by the four-wheeler. I got thrown off. Got busted nose.
Were you riding on the hood?
No,
I can't remember what y'all. I don't know what y'all riding on.
on the sled.
We're riding on one of those.
That'll be all right.
In our old house,
Mm-hmm.
we didn't have a sled or anything.
Uh-huh.
So we used to have this sand pit, and we took the turtle's lid off of it because it was a turtle.
Uh-huh.
And we used to have this really small hill. No,
Mm-hmm.
we used to go all the way up to the top of the hill and go down because we lived. Our neighbor, her driveway was like all the way down the hill.
Uh-huh.
So we just hopped on the sled and just rode all the way down. It was so much fun. I was like,
You hold that part right there. See, ain't you glad you brought me? And when we get inside, I can unplug the drop cord and we'll cut the fire off if you want to.
I can feel it.
I don't even feel it if I feel my arms. I don't feel my arms. I can't feel my arms.
I'm sick again.
Okay, I'm gonna go back outside then.
This time I'll make you suffer and not take you to the doctor.
Wait, what I have outside?
I think when you get it the second time, they give you a shot in the butt.
Yeah.
Yeah. With a dull needle.
And a long one too. It's about this long.
I like this one.
It hurts.
Man, that looks pretty good right there. I don't know how they're going to look when we get them out there. I don't know how much light they're going to put out, but let's see what they do.
I think that's for in my garage.
Those like bubbles get really hot. The clear glass ones get really hot.
We'll see what to do. If we don't put up light, we just get sprinklers.
would think it would.
It's a 60 watt, so it actually don't. I think it's like amber. Yeah, amber glass. It's like that.
You shouldn't take too much light here in the front porch anyway, I don't think, because it's not a big porch. All right, Everett, turn switch. Look at there. Well, it's working. That looks pretty good. Now we can wait till it gets dark. We'll see what it looks like when the lights are off.
Do you think you could drive it now?
Yeah.
Have you done it?
Yeah. It ain't too bad.
Fun? Oh, let's see.
All right, here we go.
Fastest you can go. That's gonna be really fast. We're going as fast as we can. No! Oh God. I'm scared.
Nah, he's fine.
Scared.
So, hey, Elmo.
Hi.
He'll try to lick you.
That bar's cold.
Yeah, it's a cold bar right there. So, come here, Elmo.
Do you win
Come
to
here.
anything?
Yeah. See, he'll try to lick you.
Ooh.
Yeah. You stick your hand right here, lick you.
Pretty soft.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to give them baths every day?
No, they'll go to the pond sometimes and walk in the pond and take a little bird bath, I guess. And then they stand out in the rain sometimes too. So.
And then they sometimes come in here.
Mm-hmm. Yep. This is where they eat it most of the time before feeding them troughs over there. Well, there she is at nighttime, all lit up. It looks pretty good. It's got a puddle of... What are you doing? What? You better go and get somewhere where it's warm at. It's gonna be cold tonight. But I think it looks pretty good. It puts out plenty of light. I think that's gonna be okay. Looks good. Well, we finally got light put on the shed yesterday afternoon, and I tell you what, it's a lot brighter than I thought it was going to be. Turned it on last night, and plenty of light on that front porch. And so I want to say thank you to Everett and his crew to come out and help us put that together. Like I say, I don't know nothing about electricity. I'm scared of it. I've been shocked enough by electric fences. No, I don't want to mess with anything any stronger than that. And Everett knows what he's doing, and he got us fixed right up. We got it all put together, and nobody got electrocuted. And it really looks pretty good. But again, we appreciate them coming out, fixing us up, and I think it makes the shed look a whole lot better. Give you a quick update on the old truck window that I fixed back. It looks pretty good. I don't think it's going to fall out. I've had a couple people ask me if that stuff really dried clear or not, and well, there it is. It kind of did, but when I first did this window, I did like just a small little bead around it, and I went back for a second helping just to make sure that it wouldn't leak. And these thick parts still stayed white, but most of it did turn pretty clear some places, but that's all right. As long as it don't leak, that's my main thing. But I tell you what, I got a good friend of mine who does paint and body work, known him forever and ever and ever, and he saw the old truck the other day when I drove it to town and back, and noticed that the back glass had come out of it. And he called me one day last week and said, hey, I was at a place the other day and they had a couple of these old trucks out there, and I picked you up a back glass for your truck. So I'm gonna leave this like it is for a little while, see how it looks and how it does, and then eventually I'm probably gonna go back and put the whole back glass in because they got the entire back glass, and it's a slide back glass too. So we'll probably let this sit for a few days and see how it does. Then come back and probably put the full back glass back in it later on. Lulu, what are you doing back here? I got to get this junk out of this truck, don't I know, that's another project I ain't got to yet, but I'm gonna get to it. Maggie, what are you doing over there this morning? What you doing, Maggie? All the cows that are laying down eating. Well, some's laying down, some's eating. I hear you, Lulu. I hear you. I'm not a scratching post. Go on down there and see. Go on there and see Maggie right quick. More chickens makes more of a mess. We're gonna have to see the man about getting some wood shavings, like from the sawmill. Or maybe try some sand, I don't know which one, but whew. Oh, with all them chickens, they sure made a mess in here this time. Collards and pumpkins. They got plenty to eat. I got plenty more for them. Got us a whole box here from Kim's mama's house a while ago. So we'll give them a little bit. We'll carry some down to the roosters a little bit, but see how they like it. Sweeping off. There you go. Ooh, got shavings up sleeve. Okay. That little fella right there. Yeah. Got the one in my pants leg. There he goes. Bring him out. He's right there. Woo! He like went in my pants leg again. Woo! He was on my boot. He liked the wind. He knows that door's over here. How he got in. He's in. Ah! Come back in. There he went. He fell out. Go. Alright, that's enough of that for today. Yeah, pack them in there pretty good. Just in case. Better hurry up. The chicken started picking at the door here trying to get back in.
You set it back on?
Yeah. Yeah, you might as well, because these shavings don't go as far as they used to. They're a lot lighter than they used to be or something. Thinner maybe, I don't know. They're just not like they used to be. And they're not packed in as tight as they used to be either. They sure have gone up on them. They're proud of them. That's an old bag right there. I think that should be better. This is a new bag. They're proud of them $7 something bag now. All right, they're good for a little bit longer now. That many chickens in here, I tell you what, it don't take long to get dirty again. But I'm glad they're all in the same place now. All their eggs are in one coop. Easy to keep up with. And know where everybody's at. All right, let's turn them back in.
Smells clean in here now, don't it? Oh, that's an idiot waving.
Oh, whatever. Somebody's got me to turn that change back on. All right. Well, I guess that's going to wrap up another weekend here for us. Got a few things done this weekend. Got a lot put on the shed and got our little regular errand odds and ends done this weekend. So I tell you what, it's a little bit cooler yesterday than I thought it was going to be. As long as the wind wasn't blowing, it was okay. But no, wind started blowing it. It was kind of tough. So didn't do a whole lot outside yesterday. But before we go, we got a little bit of sad news to give to you. Everybody knows that Buck has been getting on up in age a little bit, and the last year or 6 months or so, he's been kind of falling off pretty bad. And the other night, we went to church Wednesday night and fed everybody before we left. Everybody was up, doing fine. Everybody was good. And when we come back home from church, coming up the driveway, we saw the lights shine through the pasture, and we saw Buck. He was laying down in front of the barn. So went there and changed real quick, came back out, and he had gotten down and just couldn't get back up. We tried to get him up a few times, and he was tuckered out. He just got to the point there we couldn't get up anymore. And so we finally had to call the vet, and they came out, and they looked at him and said, yeah, it's probably about time. So the vet did what the vet had to do, and so just let you know that Buck's no longer with us, but at least he's not suffering or anything, and he's probably better off. You know, he's been blind for about a year now, and he's been getting along pretty good with that since we moved back here to the back, and got him in the square pen, you know, with no turns in the pasture for him to go through. And you know, one time about a year or so ago, he got nervous and he couldn't see the wire on the fence. He could see the post, but he couldn't see the wire, so he would get nervous, and then he'd just take a chance and run through an opening. And sometimes he did good going through a gate, sometimes he didn't do so good and went through the fence. And you know, about a year or so ago, he got cut up pretty bad, and he got healed up and everything from that. But so we moved back here to the back, and he's been doing good with the calves and with Maggie and that kind of thing back here for a while. And but like I say, I guess just like everything, it was just his time. So Kim had him before she ever knew me, and she'd had him about 14 years altogether, and not exactly sure how old Buck was. I know the last time the vet was here, he looked at him and said he was well over 30 anyway. And but he'd been around a long time. He had a real good life. It's been kind of weird the last few mornings getting up, because usually every morning getting up, getting ready to go to work, as soon as you go out the back door, getting ready to get in the truck to go, you'll hear him winkling at you in the back, because you know, even though he couldn't see, he could hear you, and he knew about what time you're coming out to go to work, and he'd always make that winking noise at you, let you know he's there. So and you know, the calves, I don't care what people say, animals know things. And I know we had the calves put off on the other side of the pasture when the vet came out the other night and did what they needed to do. But when they left, we let the calves back in the pasture where he was, and we let Maggie back in there, especially with the coyotes. They've been out kind of bad this last week. We wanted Maggie to stay with him because, of course, we couldn't bury him that night. It was after 10 o'clock before everything got done, and it was a foggy night. It was bad weather, and of course, we couldn't dig a hole that night with shovels. And so I want to say thank you to my neighbor Wayne. He's got a backhoe over here, and he came early the next morning, and we took care of him. But I wanted Maggie to stay with him overnight in the pasture, keep coyotes away, and she did. When we let the calves back out, and they all come by him, kind of saw him laying there, and you know, them calves have been with Buck ever since they've been born. And actually Maggie, not Maggie, but well, Maggie too, she's been here. Buck's been here since she's been here. But Bella and Elsa, they've always been back here with him, so they've always known him. And so I'm laying there, and all them calves come and gather around him, and all of them kind of walked by him and touched their nose to him, kind of like saying bye, I guess. And I got to noticing that Maggie, she laid down that night, and right there beside him, and the next morning got up, she was still laying with him. So she watched over him all night. So anyway, what are you doing? Just want to let y'all know that, and thank you for all the comments that folks have left about him already on Facebook and other things. And I don't think we're going to get a horse for the time being. I would like to later on maybe get us, both of us, a horse that we can go back and do some riding again later on Sunday afternoons again like we used to a long time ago. But I think we're going to let things stay like they are for the time being. And, but anyway, enough of that. We're going to get out of here and go do some more things this afternoon. Going over to Kim's mama's house a little bit, do a little visiting, I think, and a few more odds and ends, try to get ready for next week. But again, we appreciate you. Thanks for always watching and being with us. Thank you for the comments you leave us. Tell your friends and neighbors, and we sure appreciate it, and we'll hope to see you on the next video.